What's going on, everyone? Yes, we are back. My brothers, what's good? How
You know
you
what?
guys
You know what?
been?
Stop. Fuck this intro. Fuck this shit right now. There's only one topic to discuss today, and the only important topic of the whole year. All right? Eminem is coming out with a brand new album. It will happen sometime.
Okay.
Nah, I don't want to hear no introduction. I don't want to hear. No. Eminem will once again rule hip hop. And that's all I gotta say about that.
I
All
mean,
right.
I know you said that's all you gotta say, but can you tell us more? Like, you
Okay,
know.
well, Dr. Dre announced on the Jimmy Kimmel show about a week and a half ago
Mhm.
that Eminem is coming out with a brand new album this year. And according to Dr. Dre, he was going to listen to the whole album the following day of the Jimmy Kimmel show. So
Okay.
that tells me that the album is done. It could come out
Mm.
anytime this month.
Ooh.
And whatever you guys were thinking about talking about, it pales in comparison to the Eminem album.
Yeah, talking Lulu. Talk it.
Yeah,
And what did they give a date yet or no?
no date.
Okay.
My guess it would be on a Friday.
This is his Mm. first album in how many years?
4 years.
Hey. Where do you
Yes.
think, and obviously we haven't heard any songs, where do you think this one would rank?
Wow. Well, his last album, Music to Be Murdered By, ranks in the top five for me. So I'm hoping this would be even better than that, and it will be the third best album because I don't think you're gonna beat the Marshall Mathers LP or the Eminem Show, but it could be the third best album. I have high hopes for this album.
Okay. Wow. Respected. Yeah. No,
Yes.
I'm excited. I mean, I know how I feel about Eminem.
Yes.
That's super exciting news. Um, you have anything else like that we should look forward to in this album?
Well, not about, I don't know much about the album, but I will say that in less interesting news, there is a Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole beef going on right now. I don't know if
I
you guys have heard
was
about that.
Yes, so I was just about to ask about that. What are your thoughts, Lulu? The little that you First of all, how much do you know about the actual quote unquote rap beef? Um,
Well, I know that they've been sending subliminals to each other for years, and I know
mm,
Kendrick got on a song called, I believe the name was Like That, a
mhm.
guest verse, and he dissed Drake and J. Cole, and J. Cole came back at him with like a warning shot or whatever, a warning shot.
Hmm.
But today I see earlier that he apologized to Kendrick. He was at a live show and he
Hmm.
took the time to say that he didn't feel right about what he did and in the direction that he took the diss in. And he apologized, which left many fans wondering, like, why would he do that? Real hip hop, you go at the person. But I think that was very mature of him. That's how he truly feels. I think that was very mature of him.
Yeah, that was a shocker, I think, for most of us, especially in the hip hop world, because we're not accustomed to seeing that.
Mhm.
Um, he said that he was having trouble like the last two nights, like he was having like trouble sleeping and stuff. Like it's been waning on his mind, so hopefully he's doing good. Um, I mean, but J. Cole, he's never given me the type to be a malicious dude or wish harm on anybody. Even after I don't know if you remember when he dissed damn, what was this rapper's name, Lewis? I think he
Who?
was very young. He was like a white rapper.
Very young white rapper?
Yes. He has a song with Kanye West. You're such a sexy whatever. I love it.
I don't think I've heard that song.
Lil Pump? Is it Lil Pump?
Little Pump?
I think so. Let me see. a
Yeah,
little
you
pump.
you got me
Well,
there. I
Cesar
don't
gets
know.
on that. Roberto, how do you feel about this?
I think the apology, I think kind of like, I think this is what Cesar was alluding to. Like the apology itself, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I don't have any grievances against that. I just thought it was different, I guess, in a weird sense, because it's not something you're used to seeing. Even if like the dudes are like, they're cool years after, you never see like an apology or anything like that come out. So that
Yeah.
part was it was different than what we're accustomed to, I guess.
Yeah, so back to the Lil Pump. It is Lil Pump, the
Okay.
rapper. So J. Cole, he did come out with a diss track to him. I forgot why the reason. What was the reason behind it? Like he kind of like took a shot at him in one of the songs in the KOD album,
Mhm.
King of Drugs, and then after that he did a whole interview with the guy. Like J. Cole's always been a dude that's it doesn't seem like he's trying to really bring anybody down per
Yeah.
se. And even you could tell even by the way that he went at him, it didn't seem like he was being disrespectful or anything like that. It was just kind of like, he was coming at him like in a artistical way.
Mhm.
It wasn't nothing like it wasn't as malicious or vicious as the Nas
Mm-hmm.
Ether. It wasn't like that. It was something just different. It was just a different approach to you usually would see people go a little more harder than how he went. It was still a solid track overall. I liked it, and I only listened to it like twice. So I don't know if he's gonna remove that song. I don't know what his plans are for that song, but the overall diss track, I thought it was cool.
Well,
Uh,
overall, the overall consensus of the album is that it's a very good album. It's called Might Delete Later. I haven't heard every song, but from what I've heard, it's pretty good. But I got a question for you guys. Someone said on social media that Kendrick Lamar is the most feared man in hip hop. Like when it comes to disses, like you don't want to diss him because he'll get at you. And they actually use the word ever, like the most feared man ever. Someone you
oh,
really don't want a problem with.
whoa, really?
Yes, of
Jeez.
course, not because I'm biased, but I would bring up Eminem. People never wanted to mess with M back then, back in the day.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but maybe do you think Kendrick, like, you think there's any truth to that statement?
I wouldn't say ever. I think he's a dude who he's shown, I think, that like don't fuck with me kind of vibe and attitude. It's, he's fearless, but I wouldn't say ever. I put Eminem above him.
Okay.
Um, don't sleep on Will Smith.
Mr. Nice
Nah,
Guy.
nah. There's a few guys like even Cassidy back in the day. Um, Jadakiss is another one who's shown he's up there when it comes to
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, but I wouldn't say ever. But he's definitely one of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people kind of. I mean, listen, it's all about preference at this point, like whatever you prefer. But like, I I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't put him like as the most feared. I do think that he is well respected and there is fear involved. He did do that control verse 10 years ago, and
Yeah.
he kind of did it like, it seems like he just wants to spar with somebody. It's nothing
Yeah,
malicious. He just wants to like, let's go at each other. You know, this is the hip hop I'm used to. Like, that's his style, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think this is so much J. Cole's style, but a lot of people do have a lot of respect for J. Cole's craft, like his wordplay and his pen skills. Like he is a well respected rapper. It seems like they do get along, according to Cole at least.
Hmm.
But I guess he was just trying to do like a sparring thing, and I don't know. It's interesting. It's a weird trend in hip hop It's a weird trend in hip hop. We'll see how we feel about it maybe 5 years down the line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's happening in the moment, and it's a little. It's since it's different, we might have to process it a little differently too.
All right.
Speaking of in the moment, the NBA and their playoffs are about to start. A few episodes back, I'm not sure exactly which episode it was. We made some picks leading into the NBA season, and maybe it's time to revisit, see where we're at with those picks, see if we want to change them up.
Okay, so I believe at the beginning, it was one of our first episodes, but I believe my picks were the Denver Nuggets and Milwaukee Bucks reaching the finals. I still see the Denver Nuggets definitely making it. I see them repeating. I have them repeating.
Okay.
Now with Milwaukee, oh man, it feels like they still haven't reached their stride, their peak form yet. Chris Middleton is just getting back in the mix. He doesn't have that many games. He looks good though. He looks good. Like I like the pep in his step that he's playing with. He looks promising. If he gets it together, they're gonna be a scary team. Dame Lillard and Giannis, I feel like that duo is just gonna. There's no way that it's not gonna work out. I feel like it's gonna work out. Bobby Portis is a workhorse. Boston looks really good right now.
Yeah.
Boston looks really good, and the Knicks. It breaks me that Julius Randle is out for the season because I
Yeah,
know
man.
he would have been big, especially going against a team like Milwaukee to offset Giannis's athleticism a little bit. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting teams in the East. Even the Orlando Magic is like a little sneaky, scary little team. They might pull off an upset. Yeah, man, the East looks a little loaded, but I'm still gonna lean. You know what? I'm not gonna go back on my pick for the interest of. I'm gonna stick with the Bucks. But man, I don't know why, but I feel like the Knicks might eliminate them. I don't know why.
I'll tell you what, the Knicks, they have a chance, if I'm not mistaken, to get up to the 2 seed. Am
I
I
Hmm.
think they're half a game behind the 2 seed. Yeah.
right? Which is
Yeah.
crazy considering the amount of change they've had on their roster, including injuries. Yeah, it does suck Randall being out, man. I was hoping he'd make a comeback, but it is what it is. But for my picks, well, let me finish with the Knicks because I want to touch on that. Yeah, the Knicks are a scary team, I think, heading into the playoffs. Brunson is a freaking dog, bro. That
He is.
man, he just plays hard. And then when Josh Hart is getting his rebounds, especially on the offensive side, like he could be a double double, triple double machine at that point. So Knicks in the playoffs are going to be scary. Um, yeah, but my picks, I don't remember exactly. I feel like it was Bucks Lakers that I picked going to the finals.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
I think I'm a change it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the Lakers making it. They can. Don't get me wrong. They got to get in there, whatever. But I don't know, man. I feel like Denver is just one of those teams. Freaking Joker is who he is. It's just one of those teams that they've already been there, done that. They have the chemistry. And again, Joker is the biggest mismatch in the NBA to my knowledge still.
Yes. Yes.
So
He is the best
yeah,
player in the NBA.
I don't even want to hear it. And
Is
then
he
on
your
the go
Okay,
ahead.
keep going. I'll ask you a question after you make your picks.
And then I'm gonna have to go with Boston, bro, on the Eastern side. I I've been calling Boston a disappointment for a few years, only because of the amount of talent they've had on their roster, and I feel like they could have done more at some point. this is probably the best roster they've had in that span where I've called them a disappointment. So I think it's one of those make it or break it years. Like at some point, y'all gotta get over the hump, and I think this is Boston's time.
Hey, I'm not mad at those picks. That pick at all. Boston, the acquisition of Drew Holiday
Yeah,
and Kristaps Porzingis. It feels like the rich is just getting richer. With Kristaps, that team is just a different team.
yeah,
You have another 30-point threat any given night. Um, Derek White and Drew Holiday are pretty much the same players. They just play a different position. Like they literally gritty guys that just are so smart. Like you talk like I hear LeBron talk about boxing, basketball IQ all the time. Derek White and Drew Holiday are high IQ players.
yeah.
Like they're really and that team is just well put together. Al Horford has been shooting out of his mind. I think he's having one of his most impressive shooting seasons. And this dude, Pritchard off the bench, he is a pest, man.
He really
That's
is.
he be killing. That team is they're very deep. That's what scares me about that team.
Yeah, they built a roster to win it all. There are
Yes,
very little flaws in that roster. So that's what I'm saying. Like this is, I think their window is now.
I
They
just
have to
hope
take
that
advantage.
Tatum has been receiving a lot of criticism for his coming off short, kind of disappearing from certain games in the playoffs. So he can't disappear in order for them to win. Like he needs to really shut a lot of people up and show people the special player that we all believe he could be. So, but Lulu, I heard that you also have the Celtics.
Yes, I have the Celtics and against the Nuggets in the finals. I also believe, just like Roberto, that this is their time and they got to get over the hump one day, like you said, Roberto. And why not this year, you know? And I'm a big fan of Jason Tatum. I think he's a marvelous player. So let's see what happens. Is there any? Let me ask you guys: is there any way the Celtics could face the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals? Now, wouldn't that be something?
Yes, so the fastest way that could happen is if the Knicks finish third,
Okay, which yeah,
Yeah, I think
or
so.
even second is feasible. I think is it? I don't know how many games are left. I would say third.
Yeah, they'll probably finish third.
Yeah,
okay,
so they're
Uh,
tied for third right now with Orlando.
yeah.
Orlando has the tiebreaker.
yeah,
But let's
Actually,
say
you know what? I think Orlando and I'm blanking on who's the two seed right now.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Yeah,
Milwaukee.
they play each other twice over the next 4 games.
Oof.
Okay,
So if the
Yeah,
Knicks
so the
get the
Knicks could
chance,
definitely sneak in that third spot. They could
yeah,
sneak in there. So let's say the Knicks win, they beat the sixth seed in the first round. Then in the second round, obviously we gotta assume Boston beats whoever they play.
yeah, yeah.
Then the Knicks would have to face probably maybe the Bucks if the Bucks advance.
I think so. Yeah,
And then the Celtics will have to probably play like the the fourth or fifth seed, whoever wins that battle.
Hmm.
And then if they both win, then we could see Knicks and Boston Eastern Conference Finals. And
Nice.
the media is gonna have a field day with
Ooh,
that series.
they're gonna
They're gonna
love it.
hype it up so much. It's gonna be great. And you know why the Knicks are so scary? Because they're gonna
Wow.
play very free.
Yep.
I feel like they're gonna play very free now that they know that Julius is out indefinitely for the rest of the season. I feel like
Hmm.
the rest of the players now know that they have to step up and take it to another gear, and they're gonna play a lot more freer. They're gonna get a lot more creative. Uh,
Yeah.
Hopefully, they build. You know, they keep on growing their chemistry. because they look good right now. But so we all have Denver going to the finals.
Yeah.
You was talking about Jokic being the biggest mismatch in the A. He's having another fantastic year. The dude he passes the eye test like with flying colors. Is he your MVP? First of all, who was your pick to win MVP? And now, do you have a different pick now?
Want to say I picked Giannis.
Me too. I picked Giannis.
I don't know who I picked.
I think I went with him. Yeah, man, Joker, bro.
You got a
I
Joker?
kind of want Luca to win it
Me too. Me too.
because I don't know. I love Luca, man. His game
Me
is
too.
unreal, and I compared him to like a mini LeBron at some point because just the way he puts up the numbers and what he does is just
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But yeah, I want to see Luca win it. I think Joker probably takes it though.
I'm gonna pick Luca. I had Giannis as well, but I'm changing my pick. I'm gonna pick Luca for the simple fact that he's leading every the second points per game uh player is Shea, and he's over him for over 3 points per game. He's averaging 3 points per game more than the second, leading scorer in the NBA. So I don't remember when was the last time that happened. I think he's averaging 10 rebounds a game or something like that, and like 8 assists. So you're averaging 34, 10, and 8. You're the fifth seed right now. It's not like you're in a
Yeah,
play-in. You actually have a respectable seed, and you see how stacked the West is. Um, there was a time that Kyrie was out. You know, he had to take over the load. I don't know. I Jokic has had such an unbelievable season too, and his numbers look ridiculous too. So he's averaging like 12 rebounds, 9 assists, and like 26 points per game, which is, what
that's
else do you want?
crazy.
I know. I know. So it's gonna be very tight. I wouldn't be mad at either or if they win. But I'm gonna lean towards Luca because he's doing something I haven't seen in a few years. You know. I think James Harden was the last one that was that was the year that he like averaged like 36 points per game or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What about you, Lulu? Who you got?
Joker, man.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not mad at it.
So you
Yeah.
guys talk to me about what's happening in college basketball right now.
Well, so the finals for the women's college basketball, which is averaging a lot more viewership than the men's. I'm not sure when was the last time that occurred,
Yeah.
but Caitlin Clark, man, she has really, she's grown the sport so much, and she's really fun to watch. I was kind of rooting for her to win. She's been, she's been great in the tournament. Um, but they lost to South Carolina. I
Defeated
think
season.
I think South Carolina went undefeated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so well deserved. Congratulations to them. I think some of the players spoke very highly of Kaylin. I love the sportsmanship that's been shown by the ladies. Um, yeah, man, but women's basketball, man, it's exciting to watch. It's a little more physical too. I don't know. I feel like they be a little bit more physical than the men.
Yeah, they'd be going at each other.
Yeah.
You see a lot of what we would consider even in the NBA a hard foul.
Right, right. It could be an NBA thing,
Yeah.
but because I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but this year I've been tuning into a lot of women's basketball. And Caitlin Clark, she's gonna be a star in the WNBA for
Yeah,
sure.
she's special, bro. She's definitely created a magnet towards women women's basketball, which is dope, and I hope it continues and translates into the WNBA as well. Um, but yeah, it's been a phenomenal year for women's sports, bro.
Absolutely. She's gonna probably gonna challenge Steph Curry in that 3-point contest. Luca says she shoots better than him. Said in an interview. I believe him too, because she shoots lights out.
Yeah,
But shout out to South Carolina though. 39-0, that's impressive. Especially in this highly competitive, you know, it's a highly competitive uh division.
yeah, a lot of great
And
teams.
they came on top and they won by 12. So it wasn't nothing. It wasn't like it was a nail biter type thing.
Yo, speaking of nail biter, sorry, Lulu, but the Mets are off to a rough start, bro.
I think we're winning right now, as of last I checked. Don't come with that. No, but it has been this disappointing start so far. But on the other side of that, your team, I think they're called the Yankees, right? Right, right.
That's
Your
right.
team is starting off with gusto.
Yeah, they started off hot. I think they look pretty good coming out of spring training. You know, obviously they had the injuries with Cole and a couple other pitchers and stuff like that. Can't control that, but offensively, I feel like this is the most talented team I've seen in pretty long time. And I've been clamoring for some balance in the lineup, some lefties with power. Um, and they went out and got Soto, and I think the vibe that he brings to the clubhouse is just different. You can feel the energy, like even watching it on TV, you can feel a different energy about the team and the way they approach the game, the way they carry themselves. Um, and I'm excited, man. They got off to a good start. Pitching is holding up. The bullpen, they're doing their job. But the effect that I think Juan Soto and the new hitting coordinators they got, the improvements that Volpe has made have been outstanding. I don't know if you guys have noticed like his swing pattern completely changed. He went from he had like an uppercutty kind of swing. Now it's a level plane. Oh man. And
Yeah.
he's producing, man. Now I see why Cashman didn't want to trade the kid a couple years ago, because this is what he envisioned. And is
Yeah.
he going to be a 420 hitter the whole year? No, but I can see him hitting, close to 300 for the whole year.
Yeah, I was at the game yesterday. And the fans, they feel, I don't know, they just seem way more confident this year, the Yankee fans. I did feel a different vibe with Juan Soto there. I feel like he loves being here, and I
Yes.
feel like Judge loves that he's here. Like I see Judge a lot happier, a lot more looser this year than last year. The vibe in the clubhouse is they definitely passed it yesterday. Like the atmosphere was unbelievable. That won't be my last game I'm gonna go to. I'm definitely gonna go to a lot of Yankee games this year. But yeah, I'm energized. Obviously, it's still early. I don't want to overreact, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take winning 9-2 to start the year. I'll take it.
Is Stanton still a Yankee?
Yes, sir. He hit a grand
Giancarlo,
slam yesterday,
he
right?
hit a bomb yesterday. A
That
bomb.
All right, all
The stadium went crazy, Lulu. Crazy.
Yo, the sound that bat made when he connected, bro,
yeah.
it shook like the speakers, bro. The crack of the bat. Oh man, it was one of those you knew it.
Yo,
You didn't
he
have to
bombed.
even look at it, just by the
Okay.
sound.
It was a bomb, Lulu. A bomb.
Nice.
Yeah, man. That's a hell of a trio to have. Giancarlo, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and you got Anthony Volpe, Gleyber Torres. We still got DJ too, right? LeMahieu, is he still
Yeah,
here?
he's injured right now, but I like the pickup they got before the season. John Birdie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude, man. He's not gonna be the flashiest, but he plays multiple positions, fast as heck. Dude can steal bases like crazy. And he's a great defender, honestly. Ball to
Are
back kind of guy. So
are the Houston Astros still your biggest threat?
they have to be until you knock them down. They are.
Okay.
Obviously in the division, I think the biggest threat is Baltimore. I picked them to win
Mhm.
the division this year. Most probably the bulk of it had to do with Cole's injury, him being out for as long as he's going to be out. But yeah, you got to knock down Houston because that's you know they've owned the American League the last almost 7-8 years at this point.
Yeah,
The Red Sox started a little hot.
They did.
let's go Red Sox. My second favorite team.
Man, you just a Yankee hater, bro.
Yeah, that's
It has
exactly.
nothing to do with that. It has
Dang.
nothing to do with that. I'm a Red Sox fan because I'm a Yankee
How,
hater, but I'm a
how
Mets fan because I'm a Mets fan.
how convenient.
Right?
So yeah, um, what's
Can I
up?
time out? Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw wrestling last night for the first time since I lived in New York, bro.
Welcome
Uh,
to the dark side, Roberto.
well,
Nice.
and you know what? You chose a hell of an event to
Bro,
to do.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I had so I only I'll admit it, I'll start from the beginning. I didn't see every single fight. I only saw last night. I saw 3 matches, starting from the Jake Paul one. Then I saw the women's
Logan Paul.
championship.
Logan Paul.
Logan, my bad. And then obviously the finale. So that's what
Now,
I saw. And I go ahead, my bad.
now I was gonna say, let's start with the finale. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great, man.
Were
It
you rooting for
really
anybody?
nah. Maybe towards at some point I was like, so just to be completely transparent, I don't know the entire storylines or anything like that. Obviously, I've been disconnected from wrestling. Just kind of gathering info that you guys provide. Um, so I try my best to kind of keep up with it, especially once The Rock entered into all this stuff and go from there. But just seeing the match in general kind of really it was very nostalgic for me, especially considering like who came out and all that stuff.
Of course.
But yeah, but yeah, man, it was dope. It really brought me back, and I was like, damn, this was the one to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I I love the outcome, Cody winning the championship, but I did not appreciate the cameos made by Undertaker and John Cena. I felt like it was a circus. It took away from a very good match. And the attention should have been on Cody and Roman Reigns, not the Undertaker and John Cena. But I don't being a hater, but with that said, I enjoyed the outcome. The whole WrestleMania was great. I could talk with you guys about every single match. I won't do that. I will say
Well,
this. Last night's best match, I will give you my two favorite matches. Number two will be last night's first match, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought that was an amazing match. And the best match of the weekend for me was the tag team match on Saturday night, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And with that, I give it a Caesar to give his thoughts on the event.
Yeah, no, well, I was just gonna touch base on a couple of things you said. So you didn't appreciate the cameos. So just to give you context, and the viewers as well. So this match became a bloodlines ruled match. So you saw that Roman was having help from his members, his family members. So like in order for Cody to be able to pull off what he did, he needed help from somewhere. So it's like he needed pe people to come in and like help out. And who else would you bring out than not John Cena, who actually got injured by the bloodline. He got injured by Solo Sikoa. So it actually made sense that he came out to attack Solo. And I feel like they wanted to get Stone Cold Steve Austin out there. I feel like, but I don't know,
There were
maybe
a
the
lot of
budget.
rumors about that.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to get him to get there, but I don't know what happened there. But I guess they just maybe they had the Undertaker replace as a replacement. I don't know. But it also kind of makes sense that it would be the Undertaker to come out because he was pretty much the leader of that locker room when he was there. So whenever shit hits the fan, like he thought that there was something he didn't like, he would actually he was known for to be the one to really approach you about it and want you to do what's best for business. So, but as far as the events of the like WrestleMania, I thought it was amazing. Night one was amazing. I loved the six-man tag team, the six tag team match, the ladder match. Even though you wasn't a big fan of it, Lulu,
Nope.
I liked the match. I loved it. I loved the ending. I love that the Awesome Truth are now the Raw champions. I agree with you. The best match of that night was uh the tag team match, Roman Reigns, The Rock versus Cody and Seth. That was beautiful, a beautiful match. What I really liked about but the best match definitely hands down has to be the main event of the night. And the reason, and I feel like the stories came full circle. So Cody's story is pretty much just beginning. Roman Reigns' reign has, you know, it's reached its ending. And there's something interesting that Paul Levesque said in the press conference, Triple H. He said that Roman Reigns, he's gonna there's gonna be a new story that's gonna be built around him, and he feels like that this story is gonna blow people's minds.
Mm.
So I'm actually pretty excited to see what they're gonna do with Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Uh, huh? But we
No,
could
I was gonna
discuss
say.
that right now. But let me. What were you gonna say? Mhm.
No, I was gonna say I didn't hear about that. That's cool. So I thought he was gonna quit Roman.
Apparently, there's something else brewing.
Okay, okay.
And remember, Stephanie McMahon, she started it in night two. She said, "Welcome to the Paul Levesque era. Like this is the
Yeah.
start of a new era." All the
Mm.
wrestlers in the press conferences, they've been talking about this is the new era. This is Triple H's era. Like it begins now, and I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do with the company now.
Me too.
But as far as the storybook ending, the way for Cody Rhodes, back to Roman Reigns though, he had an opportunity to hit Cody with a chair shot and finish the match, but he chose instead to hit Seth Rollins with
Yep,
a
yep.
chair shot because he betrayed him 10 years ago. To give context to people, they used to be in a group called The Shield, and Seth betrayed Roman by hitting him with a chair shot on his back, and that's what started Seth Rollins' singles career.
Career, yeah.
Started his arc. And now Roman Reigns' reign ends because he couldn't let go. What?
Oh,
I made it, mama. Roman Reigns. Anyways, so yeah, so Roman Reigns is he chose, he held that grudge against Seth all this time. That's basically it. It shows a lot about Roman Reigns' character. It makes sense that that's the way he would lose the title, would be because he never forgave his brother Seth for what he did. And yeah, Cody took advantage and finished him. And Samantha Irving, shout out to her. She's been getting
yeah,
a lot of love on the internet.
I was gonna
I would
say
And
that.
always,
she deserves it, man.
I would
She was
always say that
she cried. She
he
cried when
cried.
Cody. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You didn't see that she was choked up when she was announcing it.
Oh, okay.
Like, listen to how choked up she sounds. She was like, I'm gonna share you the video once I'll share it to you.
I always thought that Lillian Garcia was the GOAT of ring announcers, but no, it's Samantha Irvin. She she's great. I love the way she talks. Basically, it's
yeah. She just listening to it yesterday, and then like obviously it's a bunch of clips on social media of her doing stuff. But she killed it last night, bro. She
Yeah,
did a great job with the introductions, but that ending with the Cody where her getting emotional about it, that's
yeah,
chills, bro.
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
everybody surrounding the ring and coming in and celebrating with him. That was awesome.
yeah. And the way they started the event with Drew McIntyre beating Seth, winning the world title,
Yeah,
and then CM Punk revealing that he has his biceps are healed or his triceps are now healed, and he started beating on Drew.
untrue. Yep.
And then Damian Priest cashes in, Senor Money in the Bank. So Drew McIntyre was only champion for 5 minutes.
And similar to how Roman couldn't get over Seth, Drew couldn't get over CM Punk. That's the reason why his obsession with CM Punk was the reason he lost the title.
And this is why I appreciate the WWE's storyline, the writings. They always bring it back together. It always kind of makes sense. And I feel like as Triple H has been doing an amazing job, and I think I'm excited to see what they got for us
Well,
after
we
this.
got backlash in 3 weeks. So hopefully Cody has a worthy opponent to face.
What was your biggest surprise in the 2 nights?
Biggest surprise.
In night one, what was your biggest surprise?
Night one. Uh,
Well, I got one for you.
well, go ahead.
Sami Zayn defeating Gunter.
I
That
was
was
gonna
a bit
ask
surprising
that.
for me. When
That
I
one.
uh-huh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, so when I saw that they were like um they were showing Sammy's I'm guessing his wife and his child before the match, greeting him and hugging him before the match, I was thinking, oh my God, he's gonna get beat the hell up. They're gonna beat him really bad. Like that's what I thought was gonna happen. Like I was getting scared for this man. And then Kevin Owens comes and hugs him and tells him do the
Yeah,
damn thing or whatever. So I'm like, it's either he's gonna get beat up really bad or he's gonna pull the upset,
and he
you know.
pulled the
But
upset.
exactly, yeah.
I would have
But
to
I was
tie that. I would have to tie that with. There wasn't really that many surprises. Basically, all the fans got what they wanted, like in most matches. But I would say R-Truth and The Miz winning the tag team championship. That surprised me. Out of
I
all the
love that.
candidates that could have been put over and won the match, you got R-Truth and The Miz with 38 years of WWE experience between the two of them.
I was so happy they won. That was R-Truth's first ever WrestleMania win.
Oh wow, nice.
So I almost shed a tear for my man Truth. Shout out to R-Truth. He is a national treasure. You would
And
like him, bro. You would like that dude.
night two
I
surprised
would like to live in his world, the character's world.
me.
To give people context, R-Truth still thinks that we're in the Attitude Era, like in
Yes.
his character's mind. Uh, he I don't know. He might have some sort of mental disorder, maybe, but yeah, he thinks he's John, like his idol's John Cena, so he does all his moves unapologetically, and he be wrestling sometimes or seeing people wrestle. He's like, look, that's Shawn Michaels. Like he just be living. He thinks he literally feels like he's still wrestling in the 90s.
Well, Santa, you might appreciate this, but currently on Raw, um, John Cena came out to tag with the Miz and R-Truth against the Judgment Day.
Wow,
So
that's
R-Truth got to fight alongside his idol.
wow. Tonight that just happened.
That happened about 45 minutes ago.
Wow, that's so dope. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
dope. That's fire. I hope they did the "You Can't See Me"
Oh,
together.
they did okay, there were the three men on the ground, all three of them when You Can't See Me, and they all three delivered the AA, the Attitude Adjustment.
Wow, beautiful.
And they all pinned together.
Giving the fans what we want to see.
Yeah.
The Damian Priest cashing in was a little surprising.
Roberto, do you know who Damian Priest is?
Not prior to seeing the clips on social media.
Okay, okay. Yeah, he's something, all right.
Yeah, he's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's so yeah.
He's Puerto Rican, so he's the first Puerto Rican champion in like 40 years.
Since Pedro Morales, I believe.
Yeah, he's the one that wrestled Bad Bunny last year in Backlash.
Bad Bunny
Mhm.
won that match, right?
Yeah, it was a hell of a match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprises for night two though. 'Cause I know you wanted surprises for both.
Hmm.
The biggest surprise in night two, other than the cameos.
I told you it was
Um,
gonna happen. I told you.
you didn't tell me Undertaker though. You told me Stone Cold.
I, well, actually, I said John Cena, Stone Cold, and The Undertaker. I thought all
Oh,
three of them.
my bad. My bad.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like the Avengers move, like an Avengers ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it seemed like a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to take on Thanos. But before anything though, shout out to Roman Reigns, man. This dude has been carrying this company for like about 4 years now. Since
I,
since the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, that's when that tribal chief storyline kind of was like that's when it like was established. And that was when we was at the comfort of our homes. Like people were still like, in social distancing. Like it was like they were hitting a crossroads, I believe, WWE at that point. And
no pun intended.
wow, I didn't even notice that. There was really no pun intended. Uh, and then yeah, and then the bloodline storyline began, and that shit was probably the that's probably been the thing that's been keeping the company afloat. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other stuff that needs to go well as well for it to be a successful product.
Yeah.
But that was like, it's like the best player, basically. Like, you still need your best player to, they're the most important pieces. Like JJ Redick says, who's the most important piece in a team? The best player. So the bloodline that was the definitely Roman Reigns was the one that was carrying most of the load for the. Shout out to him. Amazing, amazing, amazing reign. A lot of people are talking about go Mount Rushmore. I'll revisit that. I feel like we're not gonna know how great of a run this has been. Like maybe once the dust settles and we could look back, we could like come up with a better assessment. It's like with LeBron James. Like we don't know we don't know how exactly how great he is because we're still witnessing it. We're
Yeah.
still processing it in real time. So probably 5 to 10 years from now, we're gonna be like, crap, he really is the GOAT.
Hmm.
So yeah. So Roman Reigns is definitely gonna be discussed. He deserves to be discussed in that conversation. I'll say that for the Mount Rushmores.
Well, while you shout out Roman Reigns, I want to shout out Paul Heyman for
Mm.
being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He truly deserves it. And one day Roman will get there too, of course. But yes.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, fellas, New York Jets. They looking they looking good so far.
There's been some good free agencies moves. The NFL's free agency this year has been ridiculous.
Even the trade market. Stephon Diggs getting traded. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I mean they've been talking about it for a good over a year now. The friction between Diggs and Josh Allen and the team. Looks like some of that stuff was real. Looks like there was some truth to it.
I'm glad he's out of the division though. That helps us.
That is true. That definitely helps us because that dude is a dog. But shout out to CJ Stroud. If you're playing fantasy football, huh, please draft CJ Stroud. Please, guys, do yourselves a favor. If y'all want to win,
that
draft him.
that dude's about to have a year. He
Yeah.
may be MVP.
I wouldn't put it past him, man.
Hmm.
You got Stephon, Nico Collins. I think it's Tank Dell should be back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna scary hours in Houston. Scary hours in Houston. Honestly, there's been so many moves that it's been difficult for me to keep up. I'm gonna need to like I don't know some
Yeah.
sort of a a freaking cheat sheet or something because it's been way too many moves. Way
Yeah.
too many.
It felt like a bunch of moves in such a short period of time.
The
Like a
Jets,
blur.
for the people that don't know who did they acquire?
They um Smith from the offensive tackle, left tackle. Tyrone
Right,
Smith.
which was a weak spot for
Yeah, they
the.
rebuilt that entire offensive line. And
Hmm.
it's a solid offensive line right now. So they can that number 10 pick, whatever it is in the draft, they have open flexibility there, man.
Lulu, what do you think about Saquon Barkley signing with the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, the Giants weren't going to pay him, so I think he made the right career move, even though I don't like the Eagles.
Huh.
Yeah.
What was up with Tiki Barber? ¿Qué nota estaba él? What
Man,
what 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 he
Why?
said?
What
You're dead.
happened?
He said that you're dead to me.
yeah, that was a bit much.
Did he say this on his show with Evan and Tiki, or was this
I
It
where?
have no
was. I
clue.
think it was on the show.
It was on the show. Okay. By the way,
Yeah.
shout out to Evan and Tiki. That show's really, really good. It's on SNY.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The
Yeah,
Eagles. The Eagles look scary.
they do. They do. Since we're giving shout outs, I'm gonna shout out. I'm stealing a shout out from Cesar, but to the podcast with JJ Redick and LeBron,
Oh
taking that
yes.
real deep dive into the sport of basketball. It's crazy, like how detailed they get.
I feel smarter watching it.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to play ball right after that. Like I want to go and like try some of the stuff that they speak on, and it's crazy because I feel like I thought about it like, man, LeBron and JJ having a show together would be amazing because those dudes look like their IQ is on another
Students. Yeah,
level.
they're students of the
Very
game, man.
Does
exactly.
it make you feel like a ball genius?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
It does give me ball genius vibes. Yes. Thank you, Lulu, for
no problem. No, anytime.
it.
On that note, fellas, this was a dope episode.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to look back at it and see how I feel about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but I had fun though. Honestly, I missed this, and yeah, man, let's do this soon, man. I'll see y'all soon, and
No,
thank
you
you
know what? You
everybody
know
for
what?
tuning in.
No, 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 no. Fuck the outro. Fuck the outro. Go listen to Eminem's new album, even though it's not out yet. When it comes out, listen to Eminem's new album. That's it. Over.
Okay. On
Thank you
that
for
note.
watching.